in quarantine, so whenever you want, just give me a call.
We'll have a 10-part quarantine episode just once a day. We'll bust them out.
It's like the Michael Jordan Last Dance.
You heard it here first. Eric Comrie, Michael Jordan, same athlete.
No.
He just directly compared himself to Michael Jordan. I heard it.
I won't hold you down.
What's going on with those headphones?
You don't like my mustache?
I had a mustache. My other co-host just joining in. I had my mustache until last week, and I shaved it.
Oh, why'd you shave it?
I don't know. I'm going to the States on Monday, and my girlfriend would not be happy if she saw it. We just popped on. Everyone here is a little bit late, so that's all right.
Nice.
We're a little late, yeah. Sorry, we are finishing up at tea time.
Yeah. So, are you guys in a hotel right now, or what?
No, we're at Helly's house.
Oh, are you staying with Helly?
Yeah, staying with Helly. So I was like, I could quarantine at the hotel, or I could hop in at Helly's place.
Helly, did you head back to Michigan the whole time, or did you stay in Winnipeg?
I did, yeah. The second we got told we could go, I hopped in the car and left. Closed down the house in 3 hours, and it was not pretty.
You drove back or flew?
Yeah, I drove back.
Yeah, you just saw you got the green light to go fishing, and you were out of there.
I was actually coming from fishing, ice fishing. I got the green light to go actual bass fishing. I said, "Yep."
Did you
ice fishing
in Winnipeg?
Oh, this would have been in March in Winnipeg. You can still ice fish, eh?
Yeah, right to the end of March. It's it's still 2 foot of ice out there in Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
No golf, though. No golf. No golf in March.
No snow golf.
You were golfing it up like crazy back home, Coms, every day. It was 3 days in a row, just Snapchats.
All I do is golf, buddy. So I was probably golfing 4 or 5 days a week back home.
What course? Do you go to the same course that you're a member of, or do you
same course? Yeah, my dad's a member there, so I go there, and it's perfect for us.
Yeah, what course did those views were sick that you were sending?
Yeah, Shady Canyon, so nice. I miss it already, but we have our little golf simulator set up, so we're playing over there.
You have a golf simulator, Heller, in your place?
No, Coms brought his, and I had a net here. Well, I had the setup for a golf simulator, but mine wasn't very, I don't know, detailed.
Accurate, yeah.
Coms brought his, yeah.
Did you checked your golf simulator and you flew there just now?
Yeah. Well, it's very small. It's just it's like a launch monitor, so it's just a backpack.
It's like the size of an Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not guy. I was gonna say Brad Andrews is probably looking at your travel receipts this guy, man.
Oh, we just upped the putter.
Are you shooting actual golf balls into that thing?
Oh yeah.
Jesus. I do a liability on there. I slice too hard. I'd be breaking walls.
Well, I was a little worried, but the game's pretty dialed right now. So I'm pretty confident.
We're not missing
too much. Yeah, we're pretty dialed right now.
Helly, last time we were together, we were talking that you were going to get a place. Did you get one back in Michigan?
Yeah, I got one both here in Winnipeg and back in Michigan the same year.
What do you I know you obviously are going to be on a lake in Michigan because you have to be. What do you catch it? What's your go-to bass?
Yeah, I like largemouth. In my lake, there's a lot of good smallmouth, so I go smallmouth bass fishing. But earlier this year, I actually caught a muskie in my lake.
No way!
I swear.
How big was it?
38 inches.
No way!
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
I went muskie fishing with Helly once.
Did you catch anything?
Oh my goodness! I've never been so cold in my life. We went muskie fishing in where did we go? Lake Lake of the Woods. Yeah. And so my roommate at the time, Brendan Kitchen, goes, "Hey, I look at the weather. It's supposed to be sunny and beautiful." We go there, and the guides were dressed up in full parkas. You could barely see their eyes. I was wearing pretty much what I'm wearing now.
It was drizzling snow.
Snow. My hands have never been so cold in my life.
That's the worst.
Oh man.
Lake of the Woods. That's Ontario, no?
Yeah, that's Ontario. It's like a 2-hour drive from here.
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they artificially stock your lake, or is it what does it feed into?
No, I don't know. I mean, the birds probably brought in fish. They did stock it with muskie, and that's how I discovered they're in there. And I've been going after them for the last 3 years, and finally got one. I had multiple encounters with them, but they just snapped my line. So finally I had my muskie gear ready for when I saw the muskie.
Are you eating them too? Like you cooking up some shore lunches? Or
No.
what?
I'm a game fisherman.
Oh, good
I
man.
catch and release.
Yeah, good man.
Sport fisherman, you should say.
Yeah.
He's sport fisherman and the gamer.
And when are you and Buff going to be on the fishing channel as this dynamic duo, just sponsored and everything?
That would actually be hilarious. I think Buff was actually considering doing something like that. Shoot, if he had me out there, I absolutely would. It'd be so fun.
Did you do tournaments this summer or no?
Yeah, I did.
Did you win? You won 2 tournaments?
Yeah.
So he's pretty good. He's not bad.
I had Kyle on my boat, and I won with 18.5 pounds, and the closest was 15.5.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I call it.
That's pretty
Is that a multiple fish? Multiple
5
fish
bass limit, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Yeah, my brother-in-law is actually a sponsored fisherman with Shimano, so I'm just getting into the whole fish game now because he's always talking about it.
That's a good sponsor to have too. Shimano makes the best stuff.
Yeah. He takes it pretty seriously.
Loomis makes good rods too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It takes a full schedule.
Oh,
he does.
Every weekend he's driving to Couchiching, and he does a lot up in like Lake Simcoe and kind of southern Ontario.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's
awesome.
He's also a catch and release guy. Like he doesn't even eat fish at all.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just the sport of it, huh?
We're eating walleye tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I pull it out?
Yeah, we pulled it out.
Okay,
Yeah, we're eating walleye tonight. He caught some walleye.
Oh yeah. So I should say I do eat. I eat the walleye.
Yeah.
Is that from your ice fishing catches or what?
Yeah. I forgot I had some because I was going ice fishing a lot right when we quarantined, but we were still stuck in Winnipeg. So I must have kept a couple of catches.
We got a lot of walleye in the freezer.
A lot of walleye.
A lot of walleye.
Oh, it's good to see you guys, though, man. It's been too long.
I know. It's been a long time, Philly. It's been a long time.
Yeah, Philly, what are you doing now?
I'm done, fellas. I retired.
You retired? You doctor yet?
No, I'm going to be the goalie coach at Michigan Tech. I'm going to get my master's.
Really? Take over from Shieldsy?
Well, Shieldsy was there for 1 year.
Yeah,
and then he
left an impression.
Then he pulled shooting the boys and went to Michigan. Well, I went to Florida and then went to Michigan. But gonna be the goalie coach, get my master's, and then probably go into physical therapy. But yeah, sad day.
You're not lifting any weight right now. You're lifting really small weight though.
Am I right now?
Yeah, really lightweight. I saw your workouts as really lightweight. You can't even get the bar up barely these days.
Yeah, I do struggle. I'm not like your workouts where it's like 8 a.m. massage, 9 a.m. just like aerobics in the pool with grandma.
Aerobics. No, I'm lifting these days, buddy. I've been lifting.
Yeah,
heavy.
You should see this guy.
I get home last night, and he walks and he goes, "Eric, you've been lifting. You look huge."
Yeah, you know the Zoolander when Will Ferrell's stuck in like all those chains and he comes out with just all that jacked gear.
Yeah.
That's what comms looked like to me when I first saw him.
Buddy, I've been front squatting, deadlifting. I've been cleans, push press, you name it, man.
Are you doing the CrossFit Games or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Those muscle ups I'm pretty good at those too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how many muscle ups can you do?
I can do like 2.5 regular pull ups, so I might be able to get one soon.
Yeah. My record is on.
Whose program are you doing? Are you still on your guy from Kelowna?
Adam Francilia? Yeah.
I still use your friend a lot. Yeah, he's wanting me to get a lot stronger and bigger because I was a little bit of a small, scrawny kid, so he wanted me to get stronger, and I did.
And is it helping?
I don't know. I've only skated 6 times.
So you've only skated 6 times. I know Helly doesn't want to get in the hockey talk, but like, are you skating a lot too?
Yeah. I've been on the ice. Like I'm fully ready to go. We could start tomorrow and I'd be fine. Did
you guys like? I mean, well, I guess like 6 times, but did you take any significant amount of breaks, or were they just like sprinkled in ice sessions throughout the whole time?
No, I took a long time. I was off the ice for like 2.5 months because California was full lockdown pretty much, and it was completely shut down where I was. And I was working out a bunch, but no ice time. So that's the first time I've ever had the chance to really lift the way I did because I can't lift that heavy and skate at the same time because my body would never recover. So this time was the chance I had to put on as much size. I gained 20 pounds of muscle.
Wow.
During the 2.5 months I was off the ice. So I mean, I was really happy about that.
Holy,
Went from 180
get me
to
on
200.
what you're on.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's called
So-
working out a lot.
Did you like miss the routine of the hockey life and then kind of like took that energy and put it into lifting?
Yeah, I've always done like really like goalie specific workouts, stuff like that. I've never really done lifting, so it's always been kind of boring for me.
Yeah.
But like I started to really enjoy my lifting. I really had fun with it.
Cool. Yeah.
Is Helly out? Helly's done.
I think Kelly's he's got a phone call.
Yeah, I got a phone call. I'll see you, Phil. It's good seeing you.
All right, thanks for popping on, Helly. Good luck
See you, man.
coming
Nice
up,
to meet
eh?
you.
Thank you.
Now we can talk a little bit of hockey. It's not a hockey centric. Well, it's a goalie centric podcast, but it's just casual conversations. We're not gonna grill you on anything. But
you can grill me. I like being grilled.
All right, I'll grill you up some halibut here. But when you were making the transition back to skating after kind of revamping your whole workout routine, like, did you notice anything different about, like, were you more stiff? Did you keep that flex? Because you're an insanely flexible person. You keep that?
So for myself, I've been naturally, like, I find that some people are naturally stronger human beings and some people are naturally more flexible. And I was a naturally really a flexible person, but I couldn't retain strength. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try and build the strength and see how I feel. Like, I'm going to keep stretching throughout my time. And even though I was gaining weight, gaining muscle, putting weight onto my lifts, I never lost any flexibility throughout the way, which was really nice for myself. And then as soon as I got back on the ice, it didn't feel like my first couple of skates, I felt tired just because I was carrying around more weight. But then at the end, like when we started, because I started skating at a phase where I was just heavy lifting, but by the end of it, I was doing a lot of power and foot speed stuff as well. So by the end of it, I felt amazing on the ice.
What about endurance-wise?
You know what? So I wasn't doing much cardio at the start, but then at the end, we're doing a ton of aerodyne stuff, like a ton of aerodyne, and even my workout would be like, so I would do a heavy deadlift right to so at the end of my last 2 weeks of my phase were heavy deadlift, right to a squat jump, right to like lunges, 45-degree lunges, right to skater bounds, right to hamstring curls, right to a wood chop. So that's a circuit. So you do that, you rest 2 minutes and do it like 6 times, and then you hop on the aerodyne bike and do 8 minutes on the aerodyne bike with like different intervals.
Yeah.
You're a machine. This is a whole new Eric COmrie.
I became a machine. I know.
The Eric COmrie that I played with for 2 years, if you told him to pick up a weight, he was like, no, I gotta do my Tai Chi, buddy.
So, but that came out of me being in Arizona. When I was in Arizona, we did a lot of I never deadlifted over 225. Like I was always like, no, I don't want to hurt my back. I don't want to do too much and go on the ice. And then all of a sudden Arizona, like, just deadlift 315. And I started deadlifting 315. And it wasn't that hard. And I'm like, actually, I feel pretty good on the ice. And I started adding more weight. Now I'm deadlifting over 400 pounds easily now with my trainer. It's like, and I feel way quicker on the ice, way more powerful side to side. And I enjoyed it.
This is like, for me, my mind's blown because we've known each other for years now. And you would always,
since 2013,
you would always make fun of me when I'd be working out. You're like, buddy, you're working out too hard. Just give yourself a break.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, and now we got Cobbs is deadlifting, doing the aerodyne bikes. I was just shocked. I love it. So I love it.
I know. So at the end of the season last year, before the season got canceled, I started doing at least once, maybe twice a week of just like I do every compound lift. I do some type of lower body push, lower body pull, upper body push, upper body pull, and like just at least once, twice a week just to maintain strength and gain strength. And I felt great on the ice doing it.
So I guess this is a good transition into a little bit more about Arizona, a little bit of your wild journey that you've had.
Well, Jamie, I got one more
Okay, go ahead.
kind of question before we go there. What about the eyes? Because after being off the ice for so long, you step back on the ice and pucks are flying around so fast. Like, did you do anything during your off time to maintain your eyes?
So my family plays a ton of tennis, actually. And I actually noticed that helped a little bit. I was playing a ton of tennis, and I mean, we don't hit it like super hard, but you're tracking something.
Yeah.
And it was just something to keep the eyes a little bit. But when I got back on the ice, the pucks felt fast. They felt like they were getting by me quick. So I took a second to so after a long break for myself, the way I break it down in different segments. So my first 2 days on the ice, I don't care if I make a save the whole time or if I even see the puck. I'm worried about make sure my movement is correct. Make sure that when I'm getting there, I'm set, I'm in position. Because at the end of the day, your position is going to stop 88% of the pucks you face. The rest of it's going to be your eyes, going to be your reactions, going to be that stuff. So, I mean, if you can get there, you're on the way to getting to the better place. If you just start by working on the basics, then let the other stuff start coming. Because, I mean, that stuff doesn't come back with a snap of the fingers. You got to let it just gradually come back. As soon as you start chasing it, it gets further and further away from you.
Yeah. Wise. Nice.
When were you skating with a goalie coach in California or just with buddies?
No, so I was skating with the Ducks a lot actually. So we were doing like COVID tests twice a week. It was treated pretty strictly, and it was just a couple guys, and we were just doing. I mean, at the end of it, just myself and another guy. And we were just doing literally drills that we wanted to do, and we had a really good time. Like it was really good skates.
How do you what kind of drills do you do in order to kind of get that the tracking kind of dialed back in? Because a lot of our listeners, the rinks are starting to open up. Kids are hopping on the ice. They've been off. So what kind of drills do you do in order to just get the eyes going, the hands going, everything moving in together?
It was really basic. I mean, because I really wanted to focus on movement. So I really just had him at the tops of circles. I do a T-push from the post out to him, track the puck all the way and have him shoot blocker 10 times and glove 10 times. I mean, I was always trying to incorporate a movement into it. So I would stop, make sure my feet were set, and just let pucks come to me as long as I can, stay as patient as I could. I mean, it's hard to say exactly what my feeling is, but for me, it's like, if I'm set in position and I make the net feel smaller, it's easy for me to react. I'm trying to feel like I'm not overextending myself. As soon as I start overextending myself, that's when the game and the puck starts to feel fast. If I'm playing within my almost a strike zone, I make a small strike zone, like a small net in front of me. If I'm playing in that, then I'm tracking pucks fine, and it's easy for me.
Yeah, I like how you talk about that strike zone in front of you, because I work with younger goalies when we work it on ice, and they're always trying to especially with the hands, they're always trying to work back, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, you got to think about it. It's not about stopping the puck from getting in the net. It's about stopping the puck from getting past you.
100%.
Your body and your little, I like that word, that little strike zone in front of you. That's what you're playing to. It's not really about the net behind you. Work in front.
And it's such a counterintuitive thing, because I mean, even for myself when I'm playing, it's like, no, but I have so much net to cover. I got to make sure I'm stopping it back here. I'll feel myself start going back and start reaching behind me and starting to make saves like that. I'm like, no. Okay, then I almost so my goalie coach I worked with for a long time, Lyle Mass, used to put posts on the ice, and he showed me, okay, these are the posts you have to play within.
Right.
And he'd shoot pucks within these posts. I'm like, okay, that's all I have to cover. So when I first get back on the ice, I try and almost imagine a net in front of me. I imagine the crossbar is my shoulders, and the net's just right outside my gloves. I'm trying to make saves only in there. If I go outside of my net, then I'm like, okay, that was wrong. I got to make sure I stay inside myself almost. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of my feel to make sure I get back to not overextending.
Yeah, because not that I've ever played at that level, but I'd imagine conserving energy is pretty key. I mean, you can't be chasing 100%. Every puck, because you're gonna burn yourself out.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at the net, if you take a picture of how much net you're actually covering as a goalie, you're covering a lot more net than you think. Most of the goals, if you really slow them down on an NHL goalie, he's almost literally moving out of the way.
Yeah.
He's like going like this to get to a puck. He's going like this. He's moving out of. If you stay there and just come into it a little bit, there's not a lot of net there if you're in position.
So, are you a guy that likes? You're talking about your hand-eye stuff. Are you a guy that likes when the drills where it's going, or do you like where it's shoot to score?
I kind of like shoot to score. I mean, to warm up, I might do 20 shots, but then I like it. Shoot to score. Even warm-up drills when coaches say, hey, just come in and warm the goalie up. I'd much rather the guy shoot as hard as he can, try and score from a little bit further out than coming in and bathing it on me. Because for me, I want the guy to try to score on me. It's not going to make me any better if he's coming down and sauce someone in my chest. It's not going to make him any better. I want you to come down, try and score on me. And that's what's going to make me better. It's going to make you better.
And for those listening, Coms and I played together for a couple of years, and I don't think I've played with a goalie that competes as hard in practice as he does. Probably to the point where I don't know if it's good for your body to compete that hard, that many hours a day, but are you still like, you know, going 110% 3 hours a day on the ice, or have you started to tone it down in order to just basically like mediate the amount of wear and tear throughout a season?
You know what? Last year I started to do a little bit. I started getting a little bit more tired. My body was getting a little bit old. I'm getting a little older, Phil. I'm not as young. I'm turning 25 in 3 days, so I'm getting old.
Oh my gosh.
Getting old.
So, but no, I mean, for myself, everyone's always said, like, I work hard in practice. I enjoy practice. Like, I really enjoy my time at the rink, even though after practice I get really angry sometimes. But I enjoy my time at the rink. I love being at the rink. I love being on the ice. That's just what I like doing. Like, it's never been a chore for me to go on the ice. I've always said I want to go on the ice. I want to go out there. I want to stop every single puck on the ice. Every time I go, I want to stop every single shot. Doesn't matter if it's a little warm-up drill or it's just somebody pushing a puck in the net right beside me in line. I want to stop that puck. It's just the way I've always been.
No, and I think it works. I mean, look where you are right now. You play in the NHL. You're still playing. You're 25. You're a little old, but
I'm getting old.
I'm just kidding.
Getting some gray hairs, Philly. Getting some gray hairs.
Oh,
mustache, getting a little gray.
Yeah, I gotta get some just for men on that thing, buddy.
I know. It's starting to get a little bit of salt and pepper.
Touch of gray.
Touch of gray. Silver fox.
So yeah. You ended up getting picked up by Arizona, and this is the first organization change you've had in your career. You know, you're with the Jets for what, 2013 to 2019.
Yeah.
So, what was it like going to a whole new organization?
It was strange, especially because I was picked up at a time where their goalie was hurt. So I was going to go there and be the backup. But then as soon as my immigration paperwork came through and I got there, I was a third goalie. And I couldn't really get sent down. So I wasn't really practicing. I wasn't really, didn't expect to play any games. So it was very different for me. It was hard because, I go on the ice just with the goalie coach, just face shots with him, and then maybe at the end of practice face 20 to 30 breakaways. And that's all I was seeing all day long. I was not seeing any. So it was hard because I was not used to that. But I love my time there. Actually, Schwab, the goalie, Corey Schwab, there was amazing. Really, really good goalie coach. He taught me a lot about the game, even just in our short little time, and he was really good.
I was about to ask. Schwab, I thought it was John. It's not John Elkin anymore, right?
No. Corey Schwab took over for him. He's really smart. He's a great goalie coach. Like he knows what he's doing, and I had a really good time learning from him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's one thing what's the biggest takeaway that you learned just from getting, you've had Flats and Rick and Lyle Mass's eyes on you for forever, but now you have a new fresh pair of eyes. What's one thing that he kind of, implemented or suggested to throw into your game?
He was big onto, I don't know if you've watched many Arizona games, but their goalies play very conservative with depth. And he was really big on playing a little bit deeper, especially at the NHL level. He's like, the play happens so fast, and it's got to not come out super far, on rushes and stuff like that. But and that was the biggest thing, is just always making sure that you're always in position, always maybe a little bit, a hair deeper than you thought you needed to be.
And so for the listeners of the pod, they know that we like to talk about playing a little bit deeper. We're big on basically just, like you said, conserving depth, taking it when you need it, without giving anything away. But we talked about, what are some of the things that you noticed once you were a little bit more conservative with your play?
I was set a lot more. I was set and had a lot more time. It just, for myself, when I'm set, I feel like I can stop pucks. When I'm moving around, just say I'm especially on rushes. When you play a 3-on-2 in the NHL, it's different because the guy comes in and he's always looking to pass across ice right away. And when you're initiating your depth and you're playing further out, you're not quite set by the time he's passing it over. And then you're trying to get over there and you never really quite get into your set when you're there. But when you're a little more conservative, you wait a little longer, you get in the zone, you take a step out, but you're not quite as far out. You just have more time to get across, you have more time to react. You have more time to look around. The game feels it slows down a little bit. When you're playing aggressive and chasing the puck, I find the game speeds up. When you're conservative and you're playing a little deeper, everything kind of slows down. You get the picture in your head. You understand what's going to happen. You kind of it almost calms you down in a sense as well.
Yeah, I mean, you said everything that I wanted you to say, so thank you for supporting our cause. But that's exactly it. Did you notice anything about your tracking? Did your tracking improve? Was it harder? Like, because the big mindset is like, oh, I'm deeper, I'm giving up so much net, I'm going to get beat. But what'd you notice with your tracking?
No, you know what? Nothing felt different there. Tracking felt all the same. I mean, I had to get used to point shots, the biggest thing, because that was one where it's tough. Because through traffic, he wanted me to be pretty deep, and I was like, I still like to get to the screen. I like to get to the screen. I like being to the screen, and that's just one thing I like. But my tracking felt pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit more time to make saves. For what you got to remember, for what you're giving up in space, you're gaining in time as well. That's what a lot of people don't understand. So like even though you're a little bit deeper, I almost feel that I'm in better position because I can look down and say, okay, I'm in my crease. I'm never losing my net because I'm not like way out there and having to skate around and like C-cut all around and all do this crazy move to stand square the shooter. When you're deep in your net, all you have to do is little adjustments, little shuffles. So you're in better position and you have more time to react.
No, and then we're going to continue on with your crazy year. You ended up getting picked up by Detroit. Now you're going to your third organization in the year. Was there the style of play that they wanted you to play in Detroit different than what you had learned before? Or was it just, hey, you're a good goalie, do what you need to do?
No. Actually, Detroit wanted me to play further out. So I went from a guy who wanted me to play deeper to a guy who wanted me to play further out. And that was like an adjustment as well. And mind you, I've done all this without actually playing any games. I went down for a small conditioning stint. And so when I got picked up off waivers, I was in Winnipeg for a week and a half because I was waiting for my visa to come through. No skating, no working out, just at home. I had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Then I get there. It's pretty much like starting camp all over again. I go to there and I'm trying to start season fresh. I don't get to practice with the team at all. Then I go down for my conditioning stints. I'm starting over fresh again because I start practicing with the team for 3 days. Play a couple games, get back, sit down a week again, do nothing, then get picked up by Detroit. I'm like, oh man. And they told me I'm going to play right away. I was like, I didn't feel ready to play almost. Like it was like, it's middle of December and I hadn't seen the ice with the team yet all year. I was just working with a goalie coach. It was weird.
Was that your debut?
Pretty much. Like it was like I was in a debut a week later and it was weird because I hate making excuses. I don't want to like say like I wasn't ready, but I didn't feel ready to play yet, if you know what I mean. Like it's hard because I've always played a lot of games. I've done a lot of practicing, and when you're not used to that and you haven't played or practiced, you go right into like a performance. It's tougher to do. Like I almost felt like I was starting in preseason all over again.
Welcome to my career, buddy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like it's not easy to do. Like it's not. It'd pretty much be going straight to like December and going to play a game.
Yeah, and
when everybody around you is in full swing, mid-season mode.
Full swing, mid-season. They're in mid-season, and you're just getting go. You're just trying to get going. It's tough, and like it's. Yeah, and I mean Detroit. I mean we had great guys and stuff like that, but we
were good.
We didn't have the best record.
I'll say it, so you don't have to say it. Yeah, you guys weren't very good.
No, we were a great team, but we were great guys and we were young, and we had a lot of injuries at the time I was there too. They're going to be a good team in the long run because they have a lot of good talent. They're not quite there yet.
So this is actually a good question that you can answer for younger goalies listening. So you've now moved to a new team, and the goalie coach wants you to play a certain way that maybe doesn't jive with what you've been, getting used to or like you play. How do you kind of work that relationship in a way that, you make sure that you're both on the same page?
Sal and I were actually really close. We had a really good relationship. I mean, we would just discuss it and talk about it. We had open talks. I mean, we go through video of the games and say, okay, this is a spot where I'd want you to take more depth. And I'd say, yes, I agree. I could take more depth there. And then we talk about it and we say, okay, how about this spot? And so it's just like, it's a give and take. You have to do it it's hard to do it without video in front of you. You almost need the video evidence, because what you feel and what's real is two very, very different things. So you may feel like, oh, I'm really far out here, but you look at the video and say, oh, actually I was a lot deeper than I thought I was. Or you may say, I felt really deep there, but you're actually a lot further out than you were. So when you have the video in front of you, it doesn't lie. So you kind of can discuss, okay, this is where I want you here, because you can tell in this scenario we're a little bit deep. So we did a lot of discussion over video and trying to figure out what's the best for us. And we made a lot of compromises. That's why it worked. Because I mean, neither one of us were too stuck up in our ways. Like I'll never be the guy to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to learn. I'm a big believer in everyone is trying to make you better. No one's trying to make you worse when they're telling you something. So you have to, if you don't try and don't actually listen and don't be open-minded, you're not going to gain any knowledge. I mean, you can learn something from everybody. And we had a really good talk. We discovered a lot of things in my game. Like he helped me a lot with my post-play stuff. And we did a lot of really good work together.
As a guy who's kind of seen a bunch of different goalie coaches, when you're going into an unknown situation and you know you're going to be working with a new guy, is there anything that you kind of say to yourself, I hope he has this quality, or I hope he does this? Like what are some main things that you look for in a goalie coach?
I mean, the biggest thing I want someone who studies the game, who loves the game, who understands the game of hockey. Because if you don't love the game you're teaching, if you don't understand, you don't study video, you don't stay up to date, then I mean, it's hard to really feel the love, like the energy you're bringing, you know? Because like Rick St. Croix in Manitoba he's an older goalie coach. He's been around for a long time, but he's not teaching us stuff from like the 1970s anymore. He loves the game. He watches the game. He understands the game, and you can like a guy like that. He's trying to learn. He's not staying stuck in his ways. Like that's who I like. I like people who are trying to learn, get better, study the game, just love being around hockey.
Yeah, it's almost like what you're saying is you want a goalie coach that's like understands that they don't know everything, you don't know everything, and you guys are kind of like pooling your knowledge to learn together.
100%. Because
I mean, the goalie coach is like, I know everything about playing hockey, I know everything about being a goalie. I'll just teach you how to do it.
It doesn't at all.
Yeah,
it's not that way. I mean, especially in pro hockey. I mean, even younger kids. I mean, you can't take away the athlete. You can't make a goalie play a certain way. I mean, kids just. I mean, there's a reason why people make the NHL is because they're athletic human beings. You walk around the NHL locker room. These guys they're allowed to be athletes. They're allowed to play the game. They're allowed to figure out for themselves how to play hockey. I mean, they had people teach them the basics of understanding of like how a T-push, how a C-cut, how to shuffle, butterfly, post-play. But they didn't change the way he played. It was a common knowledge, and they went together, and they worked, and they developed their game together, not one person force-feeding stuff.
Yeah.
How is Rick's health doing? Because I heard he had a heart attack.
Yeah, that was scary. I mean, that was actually, it happened the day I was playing against Winnipeg, which my first game with Detroit, was actually the day that Rick had a health incident at the airport. And I mean, that was tough to hear that morning, because I mean, I'm super close to Rick. He's one of my almost mentors. I've been with him for a long time, and that was hard to hear because it was sad. I mean, everyone there was really heartbroken, and that was tough to hear, but I was really sad. And he's doing a lot better now. He started coming on the ice at the end of the last season. It was great because he had that big smile on the ice. He was so happy to be on the ice. And he just that infectious personality that just makes you so happy to be around him. It's just a joy when he's at the rink.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like he had shot me a text when I announced my retirement, so I was glad to hear that he was doing well. But yeah, scary stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, it was. You know what? We look at it this way, though. I mean, he was going to the airport for one of those early morning flights out of Winnipeg that you and I know too well.
Oh yeah,
those 4 a.m. wake-ups, 3:45 a.m. wake-ups. Sorry, and he was at the airport. So it just happened to be he was at the airport. They happened to have the doctors right there who were able to AED. Like they have that machine there. And I mean, if it happens at his house, you don't know what could have happened. Like it could have been a lot worse. It could have been. It's scary to think about, but it almost was meant to be. It happened at the right place in the right time.
I had a question. It just slipped off the tip of my tongue here. So now you're back. You're back with the Jets organization.
Back with the Jets.
Is that weird? Honest question. Is it weird to have gone, like, just 3 spots, just big detour out of the way, just to end up right back where you started?
So I mean, it's funny to think about because, like, yeah, I mean, I'm back where I started, but it feels like I was just a coming home party. It feels like I was away for a little bit, and now I'm back with my family. Almost, I know everyone here so well. And as soon as I left, they told me any way they could get me, they're going to try and get me back. So I always had in the back of my mind that it was a very big possibility of me being back in Winnipeg, and I was so happy to be back. I loved every second I was spent in Winnipeg. I loved my time here. I loved all the guys. I mean, every single one of these guys are my close friends, and I know the goalie coaches so well. I just know everybody, so it feels like being back at home.
I always wondered. Sorry, I was just saying. I always wondered if they told you that they were going to try to get you back or not, or if it was just all luck of the draw. So that's good. That's good insight.
I had a feeling. I did have a feeling that I was going to one day eventually find my way back here, just because I love my time here, and I really did enjoy every second I've spent in Winnipeg. I think it's one of the top organizations in the league, and it's one of the. I mean, I love the city of Winnipeg. I love the people in Winnipeg. I could live here my whole life if I could. I love it here.
Yeah, you'll be the mayor soon, so don't worry.
No, I like the mayor here. He's a great guy.
All right, I'm sorry, I cut you off there, Albo. What were you going to say?
We had another guest that I think it was in the American League that he went to another team and then they brought him back. I forget who it was, but I remember saying to him that it's a good sign when the team that you were with brings you back, because that means obviously that they want you there. They know what you're all about. They've seen you play. You know, they kind of know you as a person. So obviously they're identifying you as a guy that they want back. So
no, for sure. Like I'm really happy, and even they said we're both very happy with how it turned out and how I'm back here. I mean, it was kind of sad I went away for a little bit, but it made me realize how much I loved it. And sometimes you think you might like being somewhere else more, and you're like, no, I was where I meant to be, and I'm really happy to be back in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Did you get rid of your place between your first when you got claimed, or
no? I kept it the whole time because I was not paying rent anywhere else, so I kept the place and I was moved right back in.
Wow, nice.
Did your girlfriend come with you, or did she stay back in the pig?
She was the traveling packing crew.
Wow, good for her.
Nice.
She'd pack up and everything. Yeah,
Hotel.
now she's staying behind me in California because we're getting a dog today. So,
what kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
Oh, buddy, that thing is gonna be vicious.
Oh yeah. Well, it's gonna be a trained police thing now. We're gonna protection dog.
So if you're from Edmonton, then what's going on in California? What has you there so often?
So my parents moved there when I was 10. I moved down with them when I was young, but I was born in Edmonton, but I moved there when they got sick of the cold, kind of.
Right. So would you consider California like your home?
Yeah, I consider California home now. I mean, I'm Canadian, but I've been there for so long. It's my home now. I love it there. I actually just bought a house in Irvine too. I love California. It's
cool.
Holy, you're just making moves this year, buddy.
Oh man, you have no idea. I joined a golf course, bought a dog, and bought a house.
Country club, eh?
No wedding ring though.
Oh my goodness, this is hopefully the most expensive summer of my life.
Engagement ring coming, maybe.
Oh, who knows what's next? Who knows?
You know awesome. Who the story reminds me of Phoenix Copley, because that's the guy that was with was it Washington, and then he went to St. Louis, and then back to Washington.
He's back to Washington, yeah.
And he also played California, spent time growing up in California.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he's I actually know Cop. He's a really good guy. He's great. I skated with him actually a little bit with Lyle Mast in Kelowna. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Is he part of that Net 360 crew? Is that?
No, I don't think so. No, he's not. I am though. Helly and I had the same agents. Both with Ray.
Could you play for Team USA if you wanted to, or are you still a Canadian?
No. So I'm full Canadian citizen. I'm trying to get my green card right now, which is very hard to do. I've been trying to do it for 2 years, and it's been very hard to get my green card. But I am just Canadian citizen because my dad got a work visa when he was young, and when I was young, and I just kind of came on that. And then I consider myself a visitor when I go to California because I spend more time in Canada.
Okay, that makes sense. I was never sure because obviously, you're a world junior champion, and I wasn't sure if you were given the option to play for either country. So
no, I was not. So if I would have ever got my green card or dual citizenship, then I could have had choice, but I was never. Once you play for Canada, like any level, that's when you have to stay with them for your pretty much your life.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. It's like, I guess probably a good rule. You don't have guys jumping back and forth depending on which team is stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, you get like, I mean, there's some guys who'd be nice to be able to go like some guys, like I know a lot of guys who are born in Canada, they get their Swiss passports or their German passports, and they play for those teams during the Olympics. Like you saw not too long ago.
Yeah.
So what's next on the schedule for you guys? You guys both just arrived back in Winnipeg. The NHL season, as it stands now, is starting.
As it stands now, yeah.
You have to quarantine. So
yeah.
Are you and Helly just playing golf in the basement for the next 10 days?
So it's Logan Shaw, myself, and Helly are all staying at Helly's place, and we have golf, we have ping pong, we have pop-a-shot, like the basketball thing, we have bubble hockey, and we have a COVID test every 2 days. So that's what we're going to be doing.
And no ice, like nothing. You're not allowed.
No ice. Can't go on the ice. No. And then once we start, it's going to be like small groups. Have you been COVID tested yet, guys?
I have not, and I probably will be in the next couple of days. So
it hurts.
Straight up the nose, right?
The swab all the way back.
So when I was in Anaheim, I was getting tested twice a week. The 10-second around the nose where it doesn't go all the way back. But today we did the all the way back one. I thought they were going to pop my eyeball out.
Yeah. As someone who's been to the ENT many times for my mangled nose, that camera up the nose, anything up the nose does not feel good.
Oh man, so when she was about halfway in, I thought it was done, and then she kept going and going and going. I'm like, there can't be any more room to go.
Yeah, that's my brain.
Yeah, I know.
So you're getting tested every 2 days. If you test negative like a couple of times in a row, do you get a shortened quarantine or not at all?
No. So you have to do at least 7 days. They're saying 7 to 10 days, and then after that you can go. I mean, I've been getting tested twice a week. I know I'm negative. Like it's been the way it's been. I mean, I've been negative since I've been started.
And so what have the Jets been saying to you guys about just getting back? Like, I'm just going to say, like, guys, this is a big cluster. We're going to do what we can and we just play it by ear, or have they given you guys kind of like a set schedule and like, this is what we're doing?
No, there's not really a set schedule right now. I mean, we have an idea, but once again, it's very hard to figure out what's going on because it's a very fluid situation. There's still agreements getting passed around, and it's just no one's really sure yet. We're just trying to do the best we can. We're going to be prepared to start July 10th if that's the time we have to.
So let me ask you this about actually playing in front of empty arenas.
Yeah, in the American League, you play in front of more empty arenas than you think. So I'm more used to that than you think I would be.
Okay. Jamie and Derek and I were talking about this, and one of the things that obviously everybody loves about playoff hockey is the atmosphere that the fans create, and it's just going to be an empty arena. So,
yeah, that's a very new one. I don't know how it's going to be. It's going to be very, very strange. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, guys are still playing for a Stanley Cup, so
that's right.
You never know.
The competitive nature of it's the NHL, it's the Stanley Cup. Regardless of who's watching, the guys at that level are so competitive. They're gonna play.
I think it'll be good. I mean, the guys are all ready to go. Everyone's been training the best they can and staying in shape. So we'll see how it is.
It's just like playing a game in Manchester. No one's there. You can play.
Yeah.
Oh. Exactly. I mean, you play in the American League, you play in the Western League. There's a couple Wednesday night games where you look in the crowd and you can count on your one hand how many people are there.
Wow.
I think Manchester, when they were in the Cheese, there was 80 people at a game, and 60 of them belonged to the one guy's family from Boston.
Oh,
it was. I think it was like a Wednesday. I think it was like a Wednesday afternoon. It was a Wednesday afternoon and not a school game. It was just a Wednesday afternoon. And
no,
they double
can't do that. It just doesn't work.
I don't know what they were doing. All I know is that
No.
we were outshot like 60-20, and there was no one there to watch it. And I was just like, and we had
Were
a
you
bus
lights out,
ride.
though?
Oh, it was lights out. But we had a
Yeah.
bus ride.
You lights out that game?
That was one of my
No
best.
big deal. No big deal.
That was one of my best games with Jacksonville. But we had a bus ride from Brampton all the way to New Hampshire. Play the next morning. Nobody. Crickets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, what's like the smallest venue like that you played in, like attendance that you can remember off the top of your head?
Like pro hockey or like Western Hockey League?
We can dive in the West. Western's technically pro, so.
Best league in the world, by the way, Western Hockey League.
You mean college hockey? This is a college hockey focused podcast. I don't want to hear
it. There's been a couple games where you stroll into like a Monday night game in the Western League, and you're like, "Oh man, this is not what you want to see for a crowd."
Like what cities?
Oh, I mean,
Like Everett?
anywhere on a Monday night in the Western League is not a great crowd.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Do you find that because you played for Tri-City, right?
Yep.
Did you find that the American teams versus the Canadian teams, like, did you notice a difference in fans?
Oh, yes. So American fans, they don't come for the hockey per se. They come for the fighting,
right,
and the screaming.
The
so it's loud. And then when you go to like Canada and there's like Canadian fans, it's more, okay, we want to watch junior hockey. We want to see how our team does. And it's like, it's a little more tame atmosphere, if you want to say.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that.
You just know when you're strolling to Spokane, it's going to be a war. But when you're playing Manhattan, it's a skill game.
When you go to Tuesday night in Seattle, and it's $2 beer night in Seattle, it is that is a fun building to play in.
I bet.
It's like, remember Jim? Would you have come to San Diego at all or no?
I never played in San Diego. The one time you guys on the road trip, I met you guys in Baco. You guys played San Diego, Baco, and then I met you guys in Baco.
So San Diego does $2 beer nights too.
Oh yeah.
That place is off the hook. I mean, they were cheering. They thought they were scoring from dump-ins from past the blue line. It was a lot of fun though. It's fun, and they were singing the anthem. It was fun.
It's gonna be weird seeing you guys play with no fans. I'm hoping for us viewers at home, they dub in some sort of audio or like I saw.
Like the. So I was watching Premier League soccer, and they were doing fan noise, like the crowd noise. This is kind of strange. It's an empty building, but I'm hearing fans.
It's the South Korean baseball league. They have like teddy bears in the stands instead, or you can like pay to have like a cutout of yourself.
Oh my god, that's so.
Watching the soccer game, and it was like the player like got tripped, and the ref didn't make a call, and they started booing the referee. It's like, the crowd manager might get a little bit of chill for that one.
Could you imagine someone's job is to watch the game and then like, oh, it's like, oh, Winnipeg's home. We got to press brew. And they like, we got to react like cheer.
The crowd would react.
It's the wrong crowd reaction. People at home are just like, wait, what's going on?
You press the wrong one. You're like, this isn't right. They're cheering and the other team scored.
Yeah.
So as somebody who's played in the Western League, you played in Seattle.
Yep.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on this new
in Tri-City against Seattle?
In the city of Seattle against the Seawolves. What do you think the new team coming in? Is it a hockey spot or is it like?
Yeah, you know what? Every time we played there, they were almost always sold out. They had a great crowd and it was loud. And Seattle's a really cool city. I don't know if how many times you've been there, but it's a really cool city.
I've been to the airport twice. That was it.
Great. By the way, one of the best airports in the world.
You know what? It's hard when you get to the airport at 2 a.m. after your flight from Fairbanks to Anchorage to Seattle, and then you have to fly from Minneapolis and then take an 8-hour bus ride back to school and go to class. It's not as fun of an airport, but I'll take your word for it.
I love that airport. I mean, they got really good food. They got a nice Qdoba, Chipotle.
Hey, do you have a good breakfast? As the first airport, I had breakfast Chipotle.
Yeah, it's really good. And they have like a really good fish restaurant. They got really good clam chowder there. It's a great.
You are.
I spend a lot of time. That's the way to Kelowna.
What's that? Oh yeah, true. I forgot you're a clam chowder guy. Every time we go out, you're like, "How's the chowder?"
Yeah,
we're in Rockford, Illinois. We're in Rockford, Illinois. Like, oh, hey, how's the chowder?
I'm a big soup guy. Hey, it's cold. It's cold in the winter. I want a nice bowl of soup to warm my body up.
Oh, that is true.
That.
That's okay. Last one before we let you take any more of your quarantine time. But you are in Lefebvre. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I am.
What are your thoughts?
I love it. So CCM's great too, but I love Lefebvre. I mean, I don't know. I always liked supporting Canadian-made things too. I like supporting Canadian-made workers. I think they did an unbelievable job. The pad is absolutely incredible. They did exactly what I wanted to do. I've been wanting to get the flat face pad with the flat inside roll, and I could never do that in CCM. And Lefebvre finally did that with the L20s, and amazing pad. And the glove is incredible.
600.
It's a modified 600. It's unbelievable how they did it. It's fantastic.
We had a set in. Trav brought a set into on ice, and I just played around with them, and they were really, really nice. I couldn't believe how the glove I really liked, just butter.
The glove is unbelievable. Like what they did with the glove, like the guy was telling me, is absolutely crazy good. Like I'm telling you, it's the best glove I've ever put on. It's fantastic. I mean, Lefebvre does amazing work with all the gear they do, but they've really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, the graphics are growing on me too.
You think so? I don't.
I do, man.
I do not like that one bit.
When they
first came graphics.
No, I think
I'm
they're
all
terrible.
White kind of guy anyway.
Yeah,
I'm all white kind of guy.
Well, you know what? Before we continue, Coms, you kill me. I was on a podcast, not that ours, but someone else's, and we were talking about gear. And one of the big things I wanted in my career was I love gear. I always wanted different gear. I have this privilege of basically as many sets as I want a year. My 14-year-old self would be pretty pissed off if I just had boring gear. You are of the other mindset where it's just give me a little bit of blue, nothing else.
Yeah, I want if you saw my pads this year, I had very little color at all. And it was very, I don't know. I just always liked it. It looked clean. I mean, pads look, by the way, the new Lefebvre pads look big compared to the CCM pads, and they like the way they look.
Is that superstitious, or is that just?
No, I feel bigger in white pads, and I don't know why, but I feel bigger in white pads.
Did you get a pair of Access to try, or no?
So I couldn't. So I tried to through CCM, and they were not approved in the NHL yet.
Oh,
so that's why I went with the Lefebvres.
I think they look terrible, but that's just my opinion.
If you put one on, you would love it. I'm telling you right now, you would absolutely.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
I love my Bowers, man.
So I know you did. So these pads are very similar to Bauer, but with this, because you like CCM too. You wore CCM for a while there.
I like CCM, but my CCMs got so heavy in the humidity of the South.
Yes. So this is a CCM pad, pretty much an old CCM pad made by Lefebvre with a flat inside roll, like the flat inside edge, like the Bauer pad, which is great. Unbelievable rotation, snaps right back, and it's as light as a Bauer pad, pretty much.
The Access or the Lefebvre?
Lefebvre.
I saw the Lefebvre. They were lighter than my Bowers. I thought they were a little too soft on the thigh rise, but
you like a stiff pad. I like a soft pad.
I like my rebounds to be breakout passes.
Yeah, I know you do. I like a soft. I like really soft pads though. Like my boot break can't be soft enough.
That is true. I'm surprised you wore Premier for that long until and then you went back to the E-Flex or whatever.
E-Flex, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'd always order my pads extra soft and try and break them in, but I always liked having a flat face. That's the only reason why I've always done that.
Yeah, knee rolls. I don't know why anyone wears knee rolls.
They look kind of cool.
No, you can't say that.
They look cool. They look really cool.
Yeah, they're like kind of like a throwback.
Yeah, they're a throwback, and they look really cool. I love the way the knee rolls look. I mean, when you look at them, it's like that guy looks sick.
Like the E-Flex Retro Flex.
Yeah,
had
it
the,
looks
had the
sick.
knee rolls. Yeah.
Well, why don't you get the Lefebvre retros, man?
No, because I want the flat face.
So you just like the look of it. You just don't like any of the functionality.
No, well, because they make knee rolls make a pad look wider, where flat face makes a pad look taller.
Yeah, fair.
I can see that. Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
So Jamie, let me ask you this graphic-wise: the Lefebvre's or the Axis? Which graphic do you like more?
Oh, it's hard to say. I was so spoiled with Bauer, where they're just like, "Hey, just here's a piece of paper and the crayons. Do whatever you want."
Yeah.
I have to say Lefebvre over Axis, just because I just don't like the look of Axis one bit. But I do think the Lefebvre needs some work, in my opinion. But what do I know? I don't even play the game anymore.
See, I like the Lefebvre. The way that have you seen my design yet or no?
No, I haven't. Somehow I saw a picture of you wearing Lefebvre. That's how I knew this, but I don't know where I saw it.
So look at my design. It's very much like a P2.
Let's see if I can.
If you go to like, just like look if I can see it. Sorry, I pulled you guys off for a second.
No, you're good. You're good.
See if I might be able to send a picture to you.
Okay, so it's like a black edge with a little tiny blue.
It's a navy. It's a dark navy.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'm on some German pad tracking website, but it's there. Is that it?
Let me see.
Oof. Tough glare.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. See, that's nice and simple.
I think
it looks like remember the old P2s? It looks just like the P2 design.
Right.
Oh, the CCM P2 or the Reebok P2?
Reebok Premier 2.
The Reebok Premier 2 had no sharp edges.
Look at the Reebok Premier 2. Oh, wait. Was that Reebok Premier 2?
No, that was CCM Premier 2.
Maybe CCM P2.
I like the
No, it wasn't CCM P2.
I like the Jets blue on the logo though.
But it was a Reebok Premier 2.
Are you sure?
Look at Reebok Premier 2 right now.
Yeah, the one Crystal Huey wore.
Yeah.
Those were all around.
Those were like almost like the Coho 580 kind of look.
Andrew Raycroft. Look at that.
See? Look at the
I mean, if you want to say this because it's similar in the swoops, definitely in the swoops, but there's no sharp edges.
I just sent you it. Like I just sent you it.
Says you're typing.
No, it came through.
Okay. Yeah, I guess a little. If you do it like that, I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it, right? Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that one. But
yeah, it reminds me of the old classic Reebok P2. I like that. I had that pad. I like that pad. My favorite pad of all time is still the RBKP. The first ever RBK P1 is my favorite pad of all time still.
That's been a conclusive decision on this pod. Like, all right, like Boujan had our other co-host. He had the Justin Pogge replicas.
Yes,
they're the best pads of all time.
They are revolutionary. I'm probably gonna go V2 as in best pad of all time, but
V2. I was a V2 guy. I like the ones. Oh, those were nice pads too.
Yeah.
Reebok P1 was when I got the first original Reebok pad.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
such a game changer.
It was revolutionary. It was revolutionary. It totally was.
It changed. Like no one's ever like. It was like, whoa, what is that?
And they brought out the Bumblebee chest protector too, and that was a revolutionary chest protector.
To this day, still wear that chest pad because it's like the best one ever made.
Yeah, and then they came back with like the like an all black version too.
Yeah,
we wore those.
I wore that. Yeah.
That's actually when I got sent home from England. They didn't let me keep my chest protector and some other gear.
What?
Yeah, so they didn't. They said because I wasn't on the team anymore, the gear belonged to them. So I'll just say there was a little bit of a a Mexican standoff in the dressing room with me and the coach trying to get my gear. But I lost the chest protector. I got the pads and some other stuff. But what did I do? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go play in the coast. I need a gear. Hop on Kijiji, find someone's brand new all black, their Reebok Premier One replica from 7 years ago, and that's what I finished my career with.
It was nice, man. Those P1 replicas were nice. I mean, the P1 was the best chest pad ever made. Still to this day, it might be.
Over the Bauer 195, because you were a big 195 guy.
I was a big 195 guy, but the Reebok P1, wow, is that a good chesty? I mean, that was nice. The old Bumblebee. I remember wearing that thing. It was like everyone wore that thing.
Yeah. It was you could see like the design.
Yeah, the carbon cut through it. Yeah,
carbon cut. Yeah, I remember. I actually didn't have the carbon cut because that was like the pro model. I was younger when it came out, so I didn't have that one.
Yeah, you would have been young.
Yeah.
When that came out.
Secondhand, like someone's chest Bumblebee that they've used for 12 years, secondhand, is still going for like $600 on like sideline swap.
It's unbelievable. People die for those things. I mean,
they increase in value.
They are. They don't depreciate at all.
Yeah.
If you buy the old Reebok P1 stuff, that stuff's will sell for a lot of money. Those pads were unbelievable too. Like I can't get over them.
Yeah.
It was like the first ever VH skates I wore. Like it was when I put those in, this is the best skates I've ever worn in my life.
Game changer. We had Trav for Oilers, the YouTuber.
Yep.
So he's been on several times. He has a vendetta against VH. But for me, I think he got a pair of 11s basically.
Yeah.
But when the first time you put on a pair of VHs, it's just like
slippers.
It's like the comfort of a graph. Lightest skate you can get.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I was the first ever one to wear. By the way, I don't want to bring this. I was the first ever guy to ever wear a one-piece skate, like a full one-piece skate.
Before Jonas Hiller.
Yeah.
Remember when True sent me that demo skate?
No, I don't.
So my last VH before they became True VH, my second year pro. The guy came to the ring and said, "Hey, do you want to try these skates out?" And I said, "Sure." And he made me this one. It was a full one-piece skate. It was the first and only model they've ever made of the skate. It was by far the best skate I've ever worn in my life. They could never do it again. It took them like 6 months to make. It was a prototype skate for the one-piece model. And it was like the way they did it. Like he showed me to the shop. It was unbelievable. Still to this day, the best skate I've ever worn. And I can't get another pair of it.
Did they let you keep them?
Yeah, but you wore them out. The way they were made, they broke in half.
So when you say one piece, you mean like the cowling up to the boot was all just one thing?
It was all one thing. Everything was totally one. It was totally one thing. Like, there was no separation at all.
And you wear the 2-piece now though, right?
I wear the 2-piece, yeah, but this was a 1-piece, but it was made like the 2-piece skate, but the way they did it was all like the certain I don't know what it's called, like the carbon fiber, I guess. It was all carbon fiber, the whole thing.
Because I remember my last year with the Jets, everyone was wearing the 2-piece, and I was still wearing the 1-piece. And Hutchie's just get out of those. So I was like, all right, just jump ship as soon as I could. But for me, I had to use a 2-piece because if I was in the cheese, they're not fixing my skates. When I was in the American League, if something went wrong, someone True just picked it up, drove it back to the shop, fixed it, brought it back.
Yeah, it was great. Our store was right there too. True's right here in Winnipeg, which is fantastic.
If you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, no one's coming to fix the carbon fiber on your broken skate.
Yeah, a little harder.
Oh, Combs, thanks for coming on, buddy. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks so much for having me. It was great seeing you guys, and especially catch up with you, Philly.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on. We barely scratched the surface with everything, and we'll have you on again. 100%. And maybe Helly will be a little less camera shy and pop on a bit. I'm in quarantine, so whenever you want, just give me a call. We'll have a 10-part quarantine episode just once a day. We'll bust them out. It's like the Michael Jordan Last Dance. You heard it here first. Eric Comrie, Michael Jordan, same athlete. No. He directly compared himself to Michael Jordan. I heard it. That's going to be the intro of the pod, too. Golf a lot. Only because we golf a lot. It's the only comparison I have. Oh, you also, get the presses going. Eric Comrie's golfing with Michael Jordan. I wish. Although he plays for too much money. I don't have that money to play with him. Plays for big stakes, man. Big stakes. All right, dude. Take care, man.
Okay, see you guys.
Good luck with
Thank you.
everything
Have a
coming
great
up.
day.